like to Brian Knows Movies. Marvel is in trouble, but not for reasons you may think. So I was really excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania coming into this year. I missed the critic screener, so I had to wait till Thursday night to see the film. So imagine my surprise between when reviews started coming out and my Thursday viewing to see that Rotten Tomatoes score drop and drop and drop. In fact, by the time I went to go see the film, the Rotten Tomatoes score was already at 49%. I didn't read any of the reviews because I wanted my review to be as unbiased as possible, but it's kind of hard to say that because I was already thinking I was going to go see a clunker. I finished the film and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the hell everybody's talking about. Yes, the movie has some flaws. Okay, it's true that the characters in the quantum realm needed more character development. It's true that Evangeline Lilly was somewhat underutilized in this film, which is a shame since the Wasp is in the title. Yes, it's true that some of the jokes didn't land. It's true that this is a vehicle to just set up the universe, but come on guys, this movie is so much fun. The quantum realm looks amazing. It reminded me of Strange World brought to life. Jonathan Majors, my God, if there was any doubt that he was not going to be able to put this franchise on his back as the big baddie, those trepidations are gone. Michelle Pfeiffer was great. The back and forth between Jenna Van Dyne and Kang the Conqueror was amazing. The special effects are fun. It's a lot of CGI, yes, but CGI I think was done pretty well in this film. They made ants look cool like they do in all of these films. They continue to surprise me how they make these little critters be such powerhouses and be kind of inspirational in terms of what they're able to do in this film. Michael Douglas has some great moments in this film where he's both heroic and funny. I do wonder about Bill Murray. It seems like he was supposed to have a much bigger part in this story than what he did. I'm wondering if they cut a bunch of his stuff out because of all the issues surrounding him. I don't know, but you know, when he was on screen, he wasn't distracting. He's not there that long, so he doesn't take away from the film in terms of the baggage that he has right now. I just like this film a lot. It's not an A+ movie. If this is a solid B, this is a solid 4 out of 5. See it for me in theaters. So it brings me back to my first point. Why is Marvel in trouble? Why are these critics panning this film and others despite it doing what we want it to do? Some of the criticisms I saw was, oh, this is just another vehicle to advance the story. Isn't that what every movie in the franchise is supposed to do? We knew that we were getting Quantumania. We knew we were getting Kang. We knew that this was going to be the jumping off point for Phase 5. What do they want this film to do? Long gone are the days where audiences are going to be okay with the connection points being made just within the end credit scenes. They want to see the story flow throughout, and I think that's what we got. Why are we complaining about what we asked for? And just to further hit my point, Thor: The Dark World has 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. Iron Man 2 has a score of 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. Doctor Strange is sitting at 89%. Marvel's The Avengers is sitting at 91%. Now, again, I'm not saying that Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is the first Avengers film, but to tell me that it is 40 points worse than the Avengers, that's a pretty big stretch. I think that we have some rose-colored glasses on about the phases that happened previously. So what do these scores tell me? It lets me know that there is a exhaustion that's happening around Marvel right now specifically. When Marvel first hit the screen, everybody loved these films because they were so counter to some of the mess that we were getting from Sony. We were getting consistently quality storytelling, which I don't think the quality of storytelling has gone down much at all, if at all. But we were getting these stories and we were really impacted by it, and audiences loved it. All that kind of led into the critical response to these films. So that lets me know if there's this malaise. We've been seeing it for years now, but it's really starting to seep into these reviews where people are just looking for something new, something fresh, and they're just not connecting with the comic book stories that we know and love, even when they're writing original content. Another issue that I've talked about previously is that Marvel is really just putting out too much content at once. Now, they have decided to stretch out their films quite a bit than what they originally promised in terms of Phase 5 and Phase 6, and I think that was smart because Phase 4, we got so much content at once that it was too much to digest. We had all these new characters that were introduced. We wanted all these stories to connect in some way when a lot of these were standalone stories and were just supposed to be consumed as is. So I think that there needs to be some separation from these properties to give people a break, a chance to basically fill their cup and be ready for Marvel again. The other problem Marvel has is that these reviews come out so quick and they're so easy to get. Movies are getting more expensive and moviegoers are taking that stuff to heart. And if these movies don't deliver in the box office, we're going to have some really tough times ahead for Marvel Studios. Their plans are as such that they can't really pivot at this point. They have to continue on with the storyline at least until the end of Phase 5 because so many of these movies are already post-production. There's not much that you can do at this point other than ride it out. So if we have critical responses hurting the box office, even though they're telling compelling stories and stories that are at similar level as, say, Phase 2, that's just not going to be good enough, and fans are going to wait to see these films at home. It also doesn't help that the DCU is coming, and we have this slate of films with a person person that we trust in James Gunn that are going to be competing for patrons to come to see their films. But here's the good news. The audience score for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is sitting at 84% at the time of this recording, which lets me know that audiences are still connecting to these films. Now, the audience score is not 100% indicative of what all audiences think, but it does indicate what some of our most hardcore fans think of these films. And if those audience scores continue to grow, I think that Marvel has to lean into that and really promote if they're still connecting with the average moviegoer. At the end of the day, I really don't know what's going to happen between Marvel and the critics moving forward. We have some really important properties coming. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 looks like it might be the best superhero film of the year. I know The Flash looks great, but I think Guardians is going to take that spot. We have yet to get a trailer for the Marvels, probably because there's implications from this film on that film, but I'm assuming we're going to get the Marvels trailer here pretty soon. Secret Invasion's coming as well. These are properties that need to be successful with critics and with audiences. In all, I think that we need to be honest with ourselves in terms of what Marvel has promised and what Marvel is delivering, and if there's truly some disconnect between those two. We also need to be honest that Marvel does need to continue to step his game up. That's just the way the world works. Secret Invasion especially needs to have like a Mandalorian / Andor type of response, both from fans and from critics, to really push Phase 5 forward. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy that loves movies. If you're going to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and I really encourage you to, please come back and let me know what you think of the film. Divorce your thoughts from the Rotten Tomatoes score. Go in there fresh and really just kind of try to have a good time. Either you're going to like it or you don't, but that's what art does for you. But come back and let me know what you think. Also, watch my live stream show, See It, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. I love to have you. I love to connect. I love to talk to you about movies. Thank you so much, and I'll see you at the theaters next week.